back. So here's what everything looks like cooked down. We have some char on the veggies and the sausage and the potatoes, and that's what you want. You want some char. So when we get ready to deglaze the pan, the charred bits on the bottom is going to add a lot of flavor. I've since then added 1 bay leaf. That's completely optional, but I like a lot of flavor since I don't use a lot of salt. So I added 1 bay leaf. So, and I also here have cut up 3 Roma tomatoes that we're going to add towards the end, just to add a little more sustenance and flavor also. Alrighty, so we're getting ready to go ahead and add in our washed and cut a cabbage. This is a very small head of cabbage. Don't worry, it'll all cook down. It's just cabbage. I do this all the time. I think it's a challenge to try to fit it all in my favorite pan. I have a wok and I have a bigger pan than this, but this is my favorite frying pan. So yes, I do try to fit it all in one pan because that's just me. I'm crazy like that. But you just want to go ahead and mix everything in. And again, to keep the flavor going, you want to season each layer that you have. There's our bay leaf, and at the end we'll remove the bay leaf. We'll remove it at the end. So let's get everything folded in. We have some stragglers, so those back in. You want to just get everything folded in. It smells so good. Go ahead and ask your questions. I did tell sir he needs to let me know when y'all ask so I can answer them on the live feed, to get that on out of the way. And if I do happen to miss any comments or questions, I will answer them afterwards. But it looks so good, so healthy. Oopsie. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and finish with my seasonings. I have some sugar. I'm probably just going to add about a teaspoon or half a teaspoon, not too much sugar, just enough to take some of the tartness away. And then I'm going to come back in here with my seasonings. And I did make some more without the salt, with just everything that I showed you in the beginning without the added salt to it. Alrighty, so we're just gonna let that simmer down. And I'm losing all my food, but it's okay. It's okay. We got plenty in the pan, right? No, I do not. I do not cook dinner every night. I'm not gonna lie to y'all and say I do. Most days I get off work and I go to bed. That is pretty much my daily routine because I have to get up at around 4 and I have a teething 7-month-old. So no, I do not cook dinner every day. I do try to cook dinner most Sundays and on the weekends, but definitely not every day. Alrighty, so I have now my Worcestershire sauce. I do like Lee & Perrins. They have the best one to me, but that's up to you as far as the brand you use. And I'm just gonna put just a tad in there because this stuff is very strong, so you don't need a lot of that in there, just enough to give it some flavor. So I'm just gonna let the cabbage cook down. Smells so good. And then we'll taste for seasoning just to make sure we do have enough salt. Now you don't want it just to be straight bland, you know, you do need a little bit of salt in there, but I use mostly seasoning, so we'll just add, maybe if it needs it, a little more salt towards the end. But basically we just let this cook down. Oh my god, it smells so good. Just let this cook down. And I'm going to go ahead and add in my chicken broth, which is probably about 1/4 of a cup, not much because we're just going to steam this down a little bit. So about 1/4 of a cup. Are you referring to the Worcestershire sauce, Alicia? If you're referring to that, the Worcestershire sauce, it's just there for flavor. You don't have to add it. if you don't like it or if you don't have it. Again, these videos are just gonna be there to help you guys kind of have a game plan. It gives you some ideas on what you can do in the kitchen for yourself. You know, you don't have to use all of the ingredients I use. Make it to where it fits you. If you don't like peppers, don't use peppers. If you don't like garlic, don't use garlic. These are just recipes that'll help give you an idea of something different in the kitchen, because I always like to do different things. I hate eating the same things over and over, especially when you're eating healthy. Especially when you're trying to eat healthy. My baby is going backwards and she's stuck right now, so we'll get her in just a minute. But especially when you're trying to eat healthy, you get tired of like salads and stuff. So yeah. Yes, that's what I'm about to do. Because this pan is so big, I don't have a lid for it, so I normally just use foil paper to cover it and tin it and steam it for about 15 minutes just to cook the cabbage down, and then it'll be ready. So give me 1 second and I'll cover it. So basically I just cover it enough to let the steam out, so that it's not like making a lot of water in the pan. I do leave a little bit open for the steam to seep out, but I do cover it so that it can cook and do what it's supposed to do. But I did get a little bit of a taste of one that fell out onto the stove, and I must say it is really, really good. Towards the end, I'm just gonna sprinkle in the tomatoes, but that step, excuse Siri Elise back there. We call her Lola Lee when she gets to acting like that. But we're just going to add those at the end. That step is completely optional. You don't have to do that, but I like the tomatoes in mine. And then basically that's it. So I'll come back towards the end, and oh, thank you. I'll come back towards the end and just show you how everything looks. This time we were running late this morning, or so I thought. My iPhone had me thinking we were late, but we were like an hour behind. Girl, that is some real foil. It's just not heavy duty. Don't you talk about my foil. That's all I had. I got some somewhere, but I can't find it. But yes, I will come back shortly and show you guys how everything looks this time, I promise. So thank you guys for tuning in. And I know somebody asked about a cookbook earlier. I want to do one. There may be one in the long run, but I'm just going to follow God and see what God has in store for us. So thank you guys for going in. Here are the he bolted, but thank you guys for tuning in. I'll be back later with the plated or just a picture. Depends, but see you guys later.